I'm here at the Alder model, Verdin community in North Phoenix in their capstone collection. You're not going to believe this great room. Come have a look.
Okay, so you walk in from the entry and it just opens up. There's definitely some distinction in the great room for separate spaces, right? So we're walking by the dining area, and then there's like the actual kitchen with the bar. Of course, you've got the countertop where you can hang out while you're cooking and preparing or whatever you may be doing in this area with you and your guests. But then it just looks straight back over that dining area and into the family room area, where, of course, in this room, they have a TV mounted above the fireplace, but just a massive, massive amount of space. And then the slider overlooks the backyard. Now, before we go any further in the tour, I want to orient you to where we are. So, here's a little screenshot of Arizona zooming into the metro area. And if you follow my mouse, I've hovered over Phoenix Sky Harbor. There's the 101 loop, the 17 that runs north and south. Then we've got the 60 or 10 and 60 that runs east west, the 202 loop that loops around the Southeast Valley as well. And then the 51, another north south. So Verdin is right there where my mouse is hovering. It is about 40 minutes from Phoenix Sky Harbor. I know this because I live in this area. And just moments from TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor. Mayo Clinic is about a 20-minute drive away. There we have Phoenix Sky Harbor, Tempe, not far from Sky Harbor, maybe another 10 minutes down the road. For shopping, Fashion Square, very popular, as well as Arrowhead Town Center. Lake Pleasant for recreation, maybe 20 minutes away. Zooming out a little bit more, we've got Dove Valley for golf. Of course, there's golf everywhere, but that's probably the closest one. And then Sedona, oh my gosh, like maybe an hour and a half from Sedona. And then just a bit further down the road is Grand Canyon and National Park, as well as some other sites to see nearby. All right, so let's get into this property tour. I'm back in that great room and I'm going to take you into the pantry. There's a walk in pantry as well as like a butler pantry, messy kitchen. Some people are referring this to. I love this little step out grill area, some nice shade. So, you don't have to stand out there and totally bake. Of course, you could build this out into a more robust outdoor kitchen, put some sunshades up, that sort of thing, so we can really enjoy our time outside. But I just love this messy kitchen, as well as the super daylight filled butler pantry in there. Of course, you've got monogram appliances, and then through there, through the kitchen, we are now looking at the entry from the garage. Of course, I was in a model, so it's a sales office, but a cool little drop station there, which we love. Another little drop area storage off the powder room on this single story home. And then they're purposing this front room as an office. I don't know about y'all, but I was need a door for sure. I need a door. But that's totally workable. So here we are back in that great room, and you can see it just overlooks that backyard. Love the feature wall with the gas fireplace, but just wow. I mean, look at the ceiling detail. Like I said, the distinguished spaces for that great room. And then you step outside and lots of space under the covered patio. In this model, they have, installed a pool, a barbecue area, a conversation pit out in that corner. So these lots are in this collection are characterized by their size, so that you can, if that's what you prefer, put in some of these additional living spaces and capitalize on that indoor outdoor living that all of us love in Arizona, especially from like end of October to about the middle of May. Maybe even late May if we're lucky. So, here's that beautiful pool. I mean, you can see, look at that saguaro. Okay, that saguaro, that cactus that you can see in the background, that is thousands of years old, right? And so so cool that they have the landscape and are working in even, thousands and thousands of year old saguaros. I personally just love that. So we are going to make our way back inside so I can show you the rest of the property. What do you think so far? I'd love to hear your comments. There's my lovely assistant for the day. Feature wall with the gas fireplace. Gorgeous. Love the built in storage. That is that entryway. And then I'm going to take you over to, there's like a flex space and a couple of bedrooms down this hallway. So, flex space, they have it like, I don't know, maybe a little homework, crafting, hangout area, and then two bedrooms here. Both of these bedrooms, they're fairly spacious. I think this was like a full size bed in there, walk-in closet, as well as a ensuite with a step-in shower in that one. I'll give you another look here. Nice, lots of light in there. And then across the hall, another a bedroom, also with an ensuite. This one has a tub, as well as a large walk-in closet. And so we'll come out and see that flex space once again. Of course, you can purpose that in so many different ways. And then if you come down the hall a bit more, you will see a laundry area, utility sink, lots of storage. And I believe that that door walks out to a third bay for the garage. And then we walk into the primary. So nice and spacious. I will say, if it were me, I'm putting in some sliders where those three windows are. I just like to walk out from my bedroom. But we've got a private toilet room, his and hers, or his and his, or hers and hers, sinks, bowls, and wow, large walk-in closet. They've done a really good job in here. I mean, in $1 million home or over $1 million home, it's not going to be uncommon to see like a custom closet built in here. So, we'll see what people end up doing with that. But they, at least in the base model, or this isn't base, but in the model and the base way of the model, they did a good job. And this closet space is really, really great. Really beautiful fixtures throughout, and then back to that main living area. Maybe you're wondering how this home looks from the outside. Well, here you go. It is a farmhouse style from the outside. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, so when you buy in a community like this, yes, of course, you're buying a house, but you're also buying the community. And check this out. This is what Verdin refers to as the nest. And this is like a $30 million amenity center, right? Inside those walls, you're going to see like a fitness center and a movement studio and a cafe and a bar. There's playgrounds outside, pickleball courts, a resort style pool, a lap pool. There are multiple dog parks. I mean, they are sparing no expense. This is really something all out your back door right there. You don't have to go far, and you're in community, doing the things that you love outside of your home. I just think this is absolutely incredible. So, what's happening over there? What are the sales like? I was chatting with the salespeople and learned, that, well, sales are going strong. So, I wanted to kind of show you what's available. So, here we're looking at those red dots, those are already sold. 18 of them, they're already sold. And then those green dots, there's about five of those left. Those are available right now. And then in a future phase, I believe that's going to pop up here in just one second. Yep, future phase is those rest of those. So they've already sold those 18. They have 5 more, and then in the future they will have a handful of others that will open up. You can kind of see some premium lots have already been snatched up. Don't blame those people. They are acting fast, but there are a handful of others. That's of right now. It's June. I think this was filmed on the 13th of 2026. So that may have changed even by the 16th when I'm making this. Now we're heading out of the community, and you can still see, I mean, it's very much still under construction. When it's all said and done, there will be just over 1,200 homes in this community. Now, we were looking at the capstone collection. There are 4 models in that collection of various sizes, various price points, but throughout the whole community, varying sizes of homes, varying price points, very much a diverse community, which I think is really pretty neat. So, for sure, stay tuned for future videos of other properties inside of the Verdin community. Now, before I sign off, I do want to make mention that Taylor Morrison is the builder, and the salespeople for Taylor Morrison represent the builder. You're going to want to have a buyer's agent representing you in the event that you purchase new construction. So, if this community is of interest to you or others, reach out. My name is Heather Patterson with Compass. My number 808-352-9290, and my email is heather@s4realestate.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.